It's showtime. What's up, guys? Here for a little Beetlejuice review, and it's a late one, a late night review, but that's all right because I wanted to get this out there because I probably won't have time to do this the rest of the night. Sorry, the rest of the week. We got a ton of stuff coming this week from the Movie Hero Network, as always. But we're here to talk about Beetlejuice, you can only say it twice. You can't say it three times in a row because that's when he appears, and we don't want that. So, but yeah, after 36 years of waiting, the juice is finally loose once again, and the ghost with the most is back. So, yeah, I'm excited to talk about the movie that opened this past weekend on Friday, September 6th, 2024. Beetlejuice open, and color me shocked. I love this movie. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was amazing. So I'm excited. But one thing I want to do, because I've been setting up this review from it, I have a little something here. So before I talk about any more about the movie, I have the new Fanta Haunted Apple. I got the bottle. I was tempted to buy the cans. The cans come in. They have a 12 pack, and what for whatever reason, where I live, we get the drinks. Every new drink that comes out, we get it. We get it a lot of it. And I don't know why when other places don't get this stuff. I've known people that are struggling to find it. It's everywhere here in this small town in Idaho, but um, so yeah, we don't get a lot of snacks, but we get the drinks. So I want to try this first because normally, and I came prepared. I took an acid reflux pill because I don't like Fanta. I've hated every Fanta flavor I've almost ever tried. The orange is passable, but I tried like the mystery flavors for Halloween, and it's been like the last year's mystery flavor for Halloween is single-handedly the worst drink I have ever put in my mouth. And that's like after like having weird teas and kombucha and all kinds of nasty like coconut LaCroix, gross stuff like that. And yeah, so and it's funny what this says. It's this has a whopping, so this the serving size is one bottle, 260 calories for this thing. I'm not going to drink the whole thing. You better believe I won't. But um 70 grams of sugar. I mean, I don't know if you can even see that, but it's probably going to be too blurry for you guys to see, but there it is. 70 grams of sugar. Contains no juice, but it's got beetle juice right there. So I guess that's what what you come to expect from someone who's a demon from the underworld and the afterlife. And yeah, so and Beetlejuice is an odd one to me because it's not heaven, it's not hell, it's an afterlife. I don't know. It's weird, but it's Tim Burton's Wild Mind. So I'm gonna give this a try. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like it, and but I took the acid reflux pill because all this sugar and yeah, because I've been trying to lay off soda more often lately. So because I used to have a real problem with it, but I don't. My problem doesn't have to do with candy or a lot of food in general. Really, well, my two big things are I don't really love vegetables, so that's a tough one for me. But I don't just go and eat a lot of junk food, except for soda, and soda is a big one. So yeah, it already stinks. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. It smells like a spiced apple, if that's what they're going for. A very spiced apple with like the spiced rum kind of flavor to it, but it says haunted apple, so maybe that's what it's supposed to be. I thought it was going to be sour apple, but this thing is bright green, so let's go ahead and give it a little pour here. And you can kind of see that. Oh, and this is half frozen, so I don't know if I'm going to get, because I wanted to make it more palatable, so I froze it a little bit, and we'll see if I got pure syrup out of there or a watered down version, or if I got a good mixture. So, but yeah, we'll just cheers it up. Here we go. Here goes nothing. I almost want to hold my nose while trying this because it's probably going to taste like the afterlife, and it's bright green like Beetlejuice, like logo and all that. So here we go. Ugh, I'm kind of scared. It's definitely spiced. Not as bad as I expected, but not good. Pinky's up for this. Here it is. It's definitely like a spiced apple. It tastes kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know if you've ever had cooked apples where you put a bunch of cinnamon and maybe a little nutmeg or cloves or that kind of thing, and you just bake them like baked apples, or kind of like the apples in apple pie if you have a real spice with lots of spices on in in it. So not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Way better than last year's Halloween concoction, that blue nasty sludge. I don't know. Oddly, I'm like curious to keep going back. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Not as bad as I thought. Not good. Not really bad. Just kind of like neutral territory. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Part of me kind of likes it, and part of me hates it. Part of me is just like, that's a drink, okay. But anyways, let's get into this Beetlejuice review. This is the sequel, and yeah, color me shocked because I don't love the original Beetlejuice movie. I like have been famously known. My problems with the original Beetlejuice because well here, like I'll quickly go over the good and the bad about the original Beetlejuice movie. To me, I think that the costumes are amazing. The cast is great. I mean, Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, they were great in it. And then, of course, Catherine O'Hara and Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton and all those guys. And I can't remember the guy that played the big, like, kind of burly guy that was friends with Catherine O'Hara. And of course, he who shall not be named, Mr. Jeffrey Jones. I'm going to name him anyways, but yeah, he's sorry, that stuff's kind of lingering in there, but he's not a good person, and so in this movie they killed his character off, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but um, so yeah, but um, yeah, so for the original, I love the cast. I love the costumes. I love the music. One of my favorite scores ever in a music or in a movie. The music is like amazing, which we're going to talk about later this week. Our favorite scores coming up, but this upcoming Saturday over on the Patreon channel. But so we can play the actual music with no copyrights. But yeah, but for me, the writing sucked to me, sucked hard. Like it just was not good. The writing is like I don't even know what the story's supposed to be. Two people die, and then it's like they're like I don't even know what's really happening. This is my best interpretation because I've seen the movie like I think 3 times, and they're trying to either cross over to the afterlife or they want to stay and they don't want to cross over, but they kind of want to stay in their house. But then Catherine O'Hara and her daughter and husband and family move in and they want them out of there. So they're trying to haunt the house with the help of Beetlejuice. And um, yeah, that's kind of what I got out of it. So, and not a lot of substance there. Not a lot of anything going on. Not a lot of lore. Not a lot of like anything. I've been told that I'm wrong by a lot of people on this take. If there's something deeper or something to the original, let me know. But besides the writing, I mean, everything else is great. Like I love everything else about the movie. So yeah, I mean, but the writing is big. Writing is key. You gotta have good writing, or the movie's just not gonna work. It's just not. So I watch it just to appreciate all the visuals and the cast and the music and all that. Like I said, but for the new one, it's directed by Tim Burton once again. So that's cool. I did a quick little ranking of my top 12 Tim Burton movies. You guys want to hear because I have a friend of the show, Mr. Malcolm Lay from New Zealand. Go check out Take Three Productions. He does some good stuff over there. But he does a show called Rank 'em every Sunday, and they did best Tim Burton movies. I haven't seen it all, but the rumor is a little birdie told me that they didn't put Batman '89 on their list. What? How's that even a legit list without Batman '89 on there? I'm sorry. It's Tim Burton's like one of his best movies. Come on. So that's weird, but anyways, to each their own, I guess. Movies are all subjective. I don't know, but um, this is what I have for my top 12, and I'll just run through them quick. This isn't really about my top 12; it's a review of the movie, but at number 12, I have Sleepy Hollow. Number 11, I have the original Beetlejuice. So it does make my top 12 of Tim Burton movies, but it's lower on the list. 10, I got Frankenweenie. 9, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. 8, Ed Wood, which I feel like that might even rank that a little high. I need to rewatch Ed Wood. I just don't. I'm not sure on that placement, but it's at number 8 for now. Number 7, Big Fish. Uh, Number 6, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. And then my top 5 Tim Burton movies are I have Beetlejuice at number 5 for right now. That could change though. I want to go see this movie again before it leaves theaters. It's really good. Like I want to support the movies that deserve to be supported and show the movie studios what I want to see, even by my little sliver of money that I give to the movie studios. If I like something, I'll go see it multiple times and contribute more to the box office. And if I don't like something, I don't go back. Or if I hear it's bad, I wait for streaming or whatever. But I'm not seeing every movie in theaters, but the good ones I'll see them multiple times because I've already seen stuff like Alien Romulus twice and a Deadpool Wolverine 3 times in theaters. So, but yeah, so my top 5: Beetlejuice. Number 4, Mars Attacks. I love me some Mars Attacks. Uh, Number 3, Batman 1989. Come on. I mean, and it's a no-brainer that should be there. Number 2, Batman Returns. I like Batman Returns even better. So I got 2 Batman movies because I love me some Batman Returns. And then number 1, Edward Scissorhands. That movie is amazing. I love Edward Scissorhands. So that's my list, and I'm going to tell you going forward. There'll be some minor spoilers in this review. Nothing too heavy or anything. It's kind of hard to even spoil this movie. It's a movie that just needs to be experienced, I feel like, and to just be seen on the big screen if you can. But there's not a lot of big story plot lines or twists and turns or anything to spoil. But there's a couple things I'll avoid. There's one thing in particular I want to avoid for sure, but which I won't get into all that. But it's a minor one, so just bear with me. If you haven't seen it and you don't even want minor spoilers, I'd say go see the movie. But then come back though, like don't forget about me. Come back and watch this review. But so yeah, I'll say that I don't love the original Beetlejuice, but I like it. But I love the new one. I love it. I don't know. There's just so much better writing. It's all about the writing, and it's so good, and it just got like a way better story that's more in depth. Like they give things for Jenna Ortega's character to do. They give things for Catherine O'Hara's character to do. Beetlejuice is kind of doing his Beetlejuice thing, you know. It's the same as always. He was great in the first one. He's great in this one. And then yeah, I'll get into some other characters here in a minute. But yeah, Beetlejuice. I have some pictures here. I mean, we've all seen the poster, so there you go. There it is. Throw it up there for a minute. And the sandworms are definitely there. You see those sandworms up on the screen, the black and white worm. It's definitely there. Bob with the shrunken head, he's there a lot. He's got a big role actually in this. But yeah, a little bit more about the movie. I just want to shout out some people. It may not mean a lot to some people, but I want to shout the people out that deserve it. So it's written by Michael McDowell, Warren Scarron and Larry Wilson and also Tim Burton. So they all kind of co-wrote it all together. So shout out to those guys. Um, uh, we got Danny Elfman coming back to compose the score, which Danny Elfman is a genius when it comes to music. I love Danny Elfman. He's in my top five composers of all time. Not my number one, but he's up there for sure. And I'll just tell you this: for the opening weekend, because it's only been the opening weekend as of the time of this review. This movie's made $110 million on a budget of $100 million. So that right there is just telling you that it's made more than what the budget is. But the thing is, there's marketing and there's like merch they spent money on and like different things like that they like most movie studios they have to pretty much double their budget in order to make their money. I mean, maybe not necessarily double it, but close to it. They got to come close, at least like 1 3/4 or something like that. So yeah, and my prediction is that it's gonna do it like easily. I mean, I'm going back to see it, and maybe I'll take some family and friends with me that I think would love this movie because I loved it. The movie it got on Rotten Tomatoes 76% from the critics, 82 from the audience. So the audience is really love it, but it's not too far off from the original Beetlejuice. 83% for critics. So critics like the original a little more, but exactly 82% from the audience. So same as that. So after all these years later, after 36 years later, the audiences and the critics still feel about the same. They both really, really like it. The audiences actually love it. So, because 82 is high. Like don't get that wrong. It is a high score. But yeah, I want to talk about the cast because I'll just say um, the cast is really, really solid. Most of the original cast is back, but no Alec Baldwin and no Gina Davis. If you've seen the original one, you kind of know why they can't really return. It's not really their story. It's kind of the more about the deets now this time, and so they're just not really needed. I wouldn't have minded seeing like a little cameo. You see him in the afterlife. You see like Alec Baldwin or Gina Davis with some crazy like makeup effects on and stuff, but who knows? And from the original, also, of course, no Jeffrey Jones, of course, and then Glenn Shattuck. I wish he would have came back. The guy that played Otto, kind of the big burly guy. Like he was fun in the first one. He's not back either. So yeah, but for this new one, and I'm gonna go through it in some pictures, and also, oh yeah, if you're not familiar with Tim Burton, there he is. That's Tim Burton. He's the director. And then, of course, you got Michael Keaton. You can't have a Beetlejuice movie without Michael Keaton there. So there he is right there alongside Bob with the shrunken head there. And then for my money, I think Catherine O'Hara stole this movie. I love Catherine O'Hara. Like she's one of my favorite actresses of all time. I love her in things like Home Alone, Orange County. I'm trying to think. Best in Show. That's just off the top of my head, trying to remember like things that she's been in. Schitt's Creek. I mean, she's done a lot of really good stuff. So I love Catherine O'Hara. I think she's great. And yeah, she killed it. So I mean, she was a scene stealer for me. And like they got her looking pretty good. I mean, look at that picture. I mean, that is like she looks pretty young. I mean, compared to I don't know how old Catherine O'Hara is. I kind of want to even look that up. How old is Catherine O'Hara? She's 70 years old. 70 years old this year, and she's looking like that still. I mean, that's good for 70 years old. Oh man. Oh, but Yeah, of course you have Winona Ryder back. She, Lydia. You got uh, you got Jenna Ortega playing a character named Astrid, who's the daughter of Winona Ryder, of course, because it looks so similar. So, yeah, Jenna Ortega is a phenomenal actress. If you look into her, she knows a lot about movies at such a young age, and she is like choosing all the right roles, like Wednesday and this, and like just a lot of the movies that she's done has been like really good. Yeah, there's the two of them together, Winona and uh, Jenna Ortega. And then one of the biggest surprises, I didn't even know he was in the movie, so this might be a minor spoiler. You can skip ahead about a minute or so, uh, but here it goes. You've been warned, but um, is freaking Willem Dafoe is like great. Like he was so good playing Wolf Jackson. I mean, come on, like he killed it. Like he was so good in the makeup, the effects. He's playing a cool like hard nosed cop, but he's an actor supposedly playing a cop, and then he died, and now he's kind of like the police chief of the underworld, and like they do some cool things where he's like trying to track down Beetlejuice and like has like all these cops with them, and they're coming into some like kick-ass music, and it's fun, it's it's a good time. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about in a minute. The music was so good. Like, man, Tim Burton knows how to like get good composers, get a good score together, get the right people that can do that, and like, man, he's great at that. But uh now Monica Bellucci, she was in this movie playing Dolores, but the thing is, I don't feel like that character had enough to do. Like she definitely has a cool scene when she's introduced. They have the staple gun thing, and she's in all these different pieces. She has to staple her face together, staple her like ear on, which is kind of creepy, and then staple her feet and her arms and stuff, and it's really a creepy. It just they don't give her enough to do. Like she's supposed to be the big baddie, the main villain going after Beetlejuice, but Beetlejuice is a villain enough in it on his own. He's kind of like the villain you kind of root for, but still, like, yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like her character was a little unnecessary, but still fun. I mean, I'm not complaining that she was there. Like, that's fine, but maybe like if she wasn't there, I wouldn't really blink twice, kind of thing. But you got Justin Thoreau playing the I guess boyfriend to Winona Ryder's character, and he's kind of a douche in this movie. Of course, he looks like one right there, but he's good at it, good at playing one. And then, of course, Bob, which is just Bob, like simply that Bob. He doesn't speak. He just has like he's very animated, and there's a bunch of shrunken head guys, and at the end, watch the end credits because they bring them all out, and they each have like really simple names, but it's funny that they're so simple and it kind of oddly works. So yeah, but that's pretty much the main cast. There's a subplot um with Jenna Ortega's character, and she meets this guy, and he tricks her into going into the afterlife so he can take her place, and and it's like one trade for another in the afterlife, and so she's supposedly going to get stuck in the afterlife. And then also, slight spoiler, but not really a very big one, is Jenna Ortega meets her dad, and I won't say where, but or how, but she does. The dad's not really there, but she meets him for a minute, and it's really cool how she does it. But yeah, it's just like so good. Like this movie just like knocked my socks off, like how good it was. Um, yeah, I was just gonna kind of just give you like a general. This is what's on Google for the plot, but it just says three generations of the Dietz family return home to Winter River after an unexpected family tragedy. Still haunted by Beetlejuice, Lydia's life soon gets turned upside down when her rebellious teenage daughter discovers a mysterious portal to the afterlife. When someone says Beetlejuice's name 3 times, the mischievous demon gleefully returns to unleash his very own brand of mayhem. So, um, and there's a lot of like nostalgic things that are callbacks to the original, the house, of course, on the hill, the whole town itself. You see the bridge where they drove their car off in the first movie, and yeah, just a lot of things. You see the replica of the little town that they built, and how Beetlejuice gets kind of stuck in there. You see that in the first movie, and then it happens again, but and it's fun. It's a good time. So um, yeah, so I just love the characters. I love the costumes even better. I mean, especially William Dafoe's like makeup and effects is so cool. And just the things you see in the afterlife, and they do more with it. You see more of the real world. You see outside of this town for just a little bit. You see like more of the town. Then you see like a whole thing to um, Jeffrey Jones's character. I mean, yeah, the guy's a royal douchebag in real life and did some horrible things. I think to children. I don't know the whole story, um, but he's not a good guy. So they kill his character off, but his face is plastered all over this thing. You see him on like in like photos. You see him on I think they're like invitations to his funeral, and there's pictures at his funeral, and his face is on the tombstone thing. They have this big glass kind of tombstone looking thing, and his face is all over the. I think they even do like a claymation kind of animated sequence, and he's is in it. Actually, I know they do for sure. I won't tell you what it is or what it's about, but yeah, but he's there, and they do some. So yeah, he's all over this movie, even though he's not in it. But which kind of works to like have the character still there. But and then I just want to get to the music. The music is phenomenal. I love the music. It fits so well. So like at the funeral, you have them singing the like a choir version of the Deo, like when they say da 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 da, and we want to go home. That song's fun in this movie. Like it's like na 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 na, you know. But and they do different versions. They do like the the original version, but then they do a choir version at the dad's funeral, and they have a choir singing kind of in a dark kind of tone to it, which is really good. And they also use this song called MacArthur Park really well, which is like, if you're not familiar with it, Weird Al Yankovic did a version called Jurassic Park, and he's singing like the Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark, or the dinosaurs are running wild. That's the version I'm more familiar with. But they do some cool stuff. They do one version by Donna Summers or Summer, and then they do the Richard Harris version at the end, and they have all the characters singing it, and they have like almost like a couple music montages, like kind of like a musical with only 2 or 3 music numbers, and it's just them singing, but it's like really cool though. It's really good, and like really like just fits the tone and fits everything, and like I'm with it. I'm like there for it. I'm like just want to sing along. It's just like so good. And then I knew I recognized some of the themes, especially near the end. These are themes from the movie Carrie, the original Carrie, with like Sissy Spacek and all. I can't remember the other actress. I'm blanking on it, but yeah, they use the one from the 70s, and like the songs there. And the songs actually like is a really good soundtrack. Like I never thought to go back and listen to Carrie, but that's a good soundtrack, a good score. So that they use that, and then just a few other songs that just kind of fit the tone and the vibe and stuff, and actually it works because Beetlejuice to me is a movie that's got a really creepy tone to it, or almost kind of scary, especially if you're a kid. And then, but it's got some fun stuff too, some kind of like just like I don't know, there's like some music you can kind of groove to just a little bit. So yeah, it's a fun time. So, um, and like I just think everything's better in this. The cast is all older, but they're almost giving better performances than the original, or at least on par. Uh, and there's more cast. They do it a little bigger. They show more of the town and outside the town, but they do it bigger. Oh, and they show more of the underworld too. And but they do it bigger, but they don't go crazy with it, you know? It's not like some huge leap. It's like a little bit better, just like subtly adding things to it and it works. Like it works on every level for me. This movie's gonna be in it probably in my top 12 of the year when all is said and done. I'm pretty sure. It's not gonna be at the top, but it'll be like middle of the pack, you know. So that's good. That's saying a lot. So yeah, I thought this movie was phenomenal. I love Beetlejuice, hands down, way more than the original. The original's all right. It's all right. I don't love it, but it's all right. You know. So and I know there's a lot of people that like absolutely love the original, and that's cool. If you love it, that's awesome, and I'm really glad that you do. I think Michael Keaton is he's a national treasure. So is Catherine O'Hara. Come on. So and Winona Ryder was like one of my first crushes, like way back in the day, along with Alyssa Milano and like a couple others. But yeah, but it's fun stuff. Like I definitely want to go back and see it another time while it's in theaters. So I'm looking forward to that. And luckily, September's kind of a dead month where there's not a lot coming out, or I mean, at least like good stuff. So like it'll give me an excuse to go see it again. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I mean, I think that will probably do it though for my review overall. I give this movie. Let's go with it. I don't know. I really liked it, man. You know what? I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. Like I thought it was that good. It's really freaking good. It's just fun. I know some people that like have a few nitpicks and like I don't really get it. It's like don't overanalyze your movies. Analyze them, sure, but don't go overboard and just like go in and especially for a movie like Beetlejuice, turn your brain off, have some fun, be ready for some creepy moments, but nothing really that scary and they're just having a good time like uh be ready for some great makeups and or yeah, makeup and makeups. I had an S there, but makeup and effects and like a lot of practical stuff. That's one thing that I love about Tim Burton. He tries to have as much practical stuff as he can. I know there's digital things and a little CGI, but not a whole lot really. Um, just to kind of polish things up and make it look really like I don't know, just give it a little extra oomph kind of thing. But um, yeah, just go for that and go for the sets a- and the characters and the actors and that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I think that's gonna do it. And I don't really have too much to plug right now, just because like you can be watching this review anytime, and what I tell you is coming up. Probably by the time most people watch this, it's not going to be coming up. But just look. Well, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do hit the subscribe button because it really helps us a lot. Like we're on a big slow quest. Well, I mean, as fast as we can do it, but YouTube doesn't make it easy. But we want to get monetized. We want to be able to bring you bigger and better content. I want to hire a full-time editor so I can edit these videos and have cool music and effects and different things. You know, I just don't have time. That's why I do a lot of these videos live. So when you subscribe, that really helps us out a lot. And just watching the video, sharing it out, telling other people to tune in, and go to our Patreon, patreon.com/movie hero. We have all kinds of music trivia. We're doing like music tournaments and all this where we can play the actual music because there's no copyrights over there, and but unfortunately they have to live over there. So you just have to pay like $1 or maybe $5 at like at the most. If you really want to support us, there's higher tiers than that. Just do whatever you want. But yeah. But thanks for tuning in. 9 out of 10 for Beetlejuice, and I can't wait to see it another time. I think this movie rules. So, yeah, go check it out and decide for yourself. So, because all film is subjective, but anyways, I'm gonna call it good there. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.